Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of Ark Survival Evolved on the Naked Dino Man server. This is very close. I think I need to cut my hair soon. I'm looking very shaggy. Did some work off camera. Last episode, we made the base, the base of our base, which is going to look large and in charge, and we will slowly disassemble these starter shack tower thingies that we have over there. My bird Biscuit here is accompanying me today, flying me around. A lot of the time spent building is trying to avoid something I like to call cardboard box syndrome. I do most of the building off camera because it can be fairly fiddly. Oh, you gotta level up. Okay, let's give you a level up. I think at this point, just straight into melee damage. I did increase his carry capacity quite a bit to carry iron ore from the mountain. I wonder if they'll ever add different metal ore types like copper. Probably not. Last time we just had the base, right? And a lot of the work is to avoid what I call cardboard box syndrome. If you look at this thing, and just imagine in your brain, if we replace the textures of the wood slats and all that kind of stuff, replaced it with a cardboard texture, it would look exactly like a cardboard box. It's just all the walls have no thickness, the ceilings have no thickness, and it doesn't look like a real structure, really. I mean, the textures look nice, but it sort of lacks, it lacks a certain weight, doesn't it? And that's one of the things I would like to address. So when you see this big, huge structure, it's going to support something really big when we're looking up at it in the future, because I can see into the future. You would think that, like a proper castle, like the walls are going to be kind of thick. They've got to support a lot of weight. So just walking from the outside to the inside, the volume of space we have on the inside here is much smaller because these walls are actually thick. Technically, they're hollow because we are working with cardboard box wall pieces. But we try to make it look like it has a proper castle-y weight to it. These walls, for instance, are hollow, but it gives us this nice castle-y feel, like we've got a really, like the thickness of the wall is like that. Done some work on the detailing. This is the first floor. We've got some columns going up there. We've got like a window frame thing here, which is not it's not a piece that you just research in the game. You can't just go window frame and it looks like that. This is two of the railings, the same railings that are on top of my little starter shack tower over there. Two of those on top of each other, and then you have to kind of go through this really obtuse sequence of events trying to get things to snap to each other, because things only snap in certain ways. So I couldn't put this wooden pillar here to bracket to have like a window frame on either side. We had to, the reason for that is because the window frames will not attach, or not window frame, it's not a window frame. This wooden pillar will not attach to this triangular roof piece, these guys. It will only attach to the square one, so I had to go up, go out with the square, come down with the stone column, and then attach the wood pillar to the stone pillar there to give us our nice little first little look out. This is our first floor. It's kind of small, so I suppose what we could fit here are maybe the Doedicurus or some other small dinosaur like that we need to take out to harvest with. Not much room. We might put some other cosmetic things. We have we did install recently, I suppose it was like 2 weeks ago, not really recently, at least a week ago, we installed the Advanced Rafts mod, and that does add a bunch of cosmetic stuff. Like we've got a bed, we've got these package things, which we could just place around as stuff, crates, just to make it look a little bit more lived in. There's also like couches and all kinds of stuff. There's some water barrels and mugs and what else we got? We got some lanterns, all kinds of things. We'll probably eventually add one more of these sort of decoration mods. There's one I've had my eye on. I don't want to add too much at one time, just to make sure that the server stays stable. There's also these beacon lights, which could be fun. You can make a lighthouse, but we might want to put these in our tower once it gets sufficiently tall. Anyway, okay, so going up to the next floor. This floor, you can see we have a lot more space, but we also haven't made the walls feel thicker yet. So it's going to get a bit smaller. Every time we go up a floor, it should feel a bit bigger. And I want to expand outwards a little bit each time. So I guess the next thing we're figuring out is the layout of the staircase. On this floor, we'll probably put like the raptor and maybe the iguanodon and some sort of like small to medium-sized dinos like that, 4 or 5 of them, perhaps. Next level up, we'll probably put our Therizinosaurus, which currently is my biggest land dinosaur. And by that point, maybe we'll have enough stuff up here we can start to take some of the other stuff down. You can see off in the distance, I have deconstructed our little testing area where we were figuring out the size and shape this thing was going to be, because, well, we got bigger than that, so it didn't serve a purpose anymore. Moved everything to this guy with the transfer gun. So he's got tons of building supplies. And we'll just continue adding to him, and we'll move him up as we go up. So I think what we're going to do next, we need to figure out how we're going to expand outward. There's very tricky kind of order of operations, because certain pieces only attach to other pieces in a certain way. Like the ceiling, the triangular ceilings, for instance, only like to attach to the top of a wall. So you have to think around that. Let's go grab the bird. Where did I leave him? I left him outside, didn't I? Okay, grabbing Mr. Bird. He's saying hello to Mr. Tortoise. So I've done some detail work on the outside as well to make it look a bit stronger. I had sort of a beta version of this I was trying out. Over here, I wanted to make it look like there was like a flying buttress or a truss or something, some kind of structural thing. Again, to make it look a little bit more detailed and interesting and a little bit less like a cardboard box. But the wood pillars, the vanilla ones, do not really mesh well with the pillars plus pillars, which is what these guys are, which is what is going to make the size of our base as it goes upwards possible. So I switched to the stone ones, and this is a stone straight pillar from Pillars Plus with a sloped pillar beneath it. I think that looks pretty good. So the first 2 floors were symmetrical, and at this point we are going to break the symmetry. We are going to... Oh, there isn't a source. Okay, just be careful he doesn't get too close. They're peaceful until you get too close to them, then they get annoyed. We're going to expand the floor outwards, but we're going to do it asymmetrically. So let me grab some building pieces, and we shall get to work. Dawn of the next day, and what do we have? We've got a little bit of an overhang. This is kind of what building is like. We're just doing like little pieces here and there, seeing what the shape is like. When we come in and do details later, we've got a very cardboard-looking back wall here, which has not received any attention. The one thing I'm really looking at is how big that overhang is. I think maybe... I don't want to expand too big, right? Too big, too fast, gonna be no good. We're gonna end up with an upside-down pyramid. We want to make it huge, but also tall. And as we expand the area, we're never going to get any smaller. So I'm thinking for only like our 3rd floor, I think we want to reduce that overhang a bit. Dawn of the next day. No, actually, still, same day, same afternoon. It's starting to look a little bit better. I think the scale is better. It's not as big. And I know everybody's going to be like, haha, LOL, not as big, Z, still you're making a huge base. But we have to go up incrementally, and that increment looks lovely. Looks lovely. Okay, so from this point, since we're going out by triangles, we're going to need to go upside down with the triangles, with the sloped triangles, to have a little overhang, underhang kind of detail. And then we can start to figure out where we have room for windows and that kind of thing. So we'll be breaking down this kind of stuff to see where we can do that. And I went ahead and I put a couple of these guys up. And this is what I'm talking about with these pillars going to enable us to build. They are just going to float there, and I'm using these kind of like as a reference for where we might be a little bit higher and what level the walls might be at. Okay, but another thing we should check out is the width of this thing good for this level, or does it need to... This little detail-y guy, this balcony. It's not going to be a balcony, but it's what it looks like right now. Is it going to be a little bit wider? I think it looks good the way it is. Yes, it looks good the way it is. We're on a landing. Can I keep going up in that direction? I can. Okay, good. More detail. We need to grab some triangular stone pieces. We also need some of the stone pillars to support the whole shebang, shabizzle. Okay, there's actually nothing in there because we put everything over here. We want these things. Stone triangular roof. Just grab 9 or so at a time is actually probably fine. And those want to attach... I wonder if we can attach them to the bottom of a wall piece. I think probably we can. I think I've done it before. And then we also want some of the stone pillars. My bird has some. Oh, you know what? We want some sloped ones. We also want some straight ones. Yeah, okay, so let's grab like 4 of those, 6 of those. I can still move. Lovely, and maybe we can even place some scaffolding on here. Trying to place things from the bird can be a bit tiresome. Trying to get the bird to go slow enough. So let's get rid of this wall piece. You're gone, and we will put some scaffolding here. Scaffolding is so much easier to use now that we can use the demolition gun to get rid of stuff once we're done with it. So much faster and more convenient. The S Plus mod really makes building a pleasure. Oh, yes. Okay, so I think I ran into this problem before, and what we need... I believe we need some stone ceiling pieces there so that these sloped triangular pieces will attach to them. Is that what we want? Let me look at it again. Or we just want maybe triangular stone ceilings because we want the underside, the outside of our building. There's nothing in there again. We want the underside to the outside to be mostly out of stone with some wood and metal details in there for now. Stone, triangle, blah, blah, blah. Okay, can I still move? Yes. Oh, yeah, I placed all of the floor pieces. Here's our scaffolding. Waterfall is loud, but it's going to get less loud the higher we go. Okay, so if I want it to attach to that, or maybe it won't. There we go. Okay, now will this attach to the bottom of that? Oh, I think I know what we need. It should attach... Yeah, I just have to attach it to this wall, not to that wall. Okay, so I think we can actually... Let's do this. Get rid of these. Cycle through. You know what? If we put some... If I just hide some pillars there... So let's grab the sloped ones. Are those sloped? Yes. And I think they always angle to the right. We want to do like this kind of thing. And for that guy as well, I need more pieces, more scaffolding. There we go. Okay, so we've got that guy going up there. How many of these links do we have? We've got, I think, 3 triangles wide. So then this guy... Let's back up. This guy should kind of attach... Is it going to attach that way? I guess we want another wall piece there. Let's place this guy here. And make sure they're at the same level so it'll all look flush. Lovely. And then we want the flat stone piece for that. And then another flat one. And we're going from one geometry to another. We're going from triangles to squares here, which is one of the tricky bits. How do we get this to line up is the question. I think maybe we want this yes, like that. We actually want it to be like that. Like that, but on the other side as well. Which means I guess we don't want this one. Get rid of you. Yes, like that. Oh, and then this guy, I guess they're all just by the size of this thing, they're all going to be the sloped ones. If it was a bit wider, we could have some flat ones as well. I think we'll still do the truss exterior upside down flying buttress support thing. How do I get you to attach to that? That's a question. I know I can do it right side up. We might actually need... Do we need the ceiling piece here? Yeah, now it's going. I think maybe that ceiling piece is kind of necessary. You only really see the overlap if you're right up underneath it. Okay, so then I think I should be able to just remove that. because we have these stone pillars there. Lovely. So, dawn of the third day, and I've added a few more triangles and another one of these braces. Let's remove some of this scaffolding, give it a fly around, and start working on what's around the corner. We're going to work on windows kind of like after the fact. First work on the shapes, then work on the detailing. Okay, flying outside. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It is. Let's actually get off the bird, because the big flappy wings kind of get in the way of the view. Whoa, my gosh, the camera. Big flappy wings get in the way of the view. That is starting to look awesome. Yes. Yes. Okay, flying back up. We need to wrap around the corner here so the geometries involved are going to get a little bit tricksy, and we'll see if we can make it work. So one thing we need to do, we need to grab our demolition gun. And I need to shoot that and that. And one thing we can't do, we're going to have an opportunity to have another window like that. But out one unit of space, one of these square tiles. I think a lot of this is going to be just wall that we won't see from the inside, but will be nicely detailed from the outside. So first thing to do, I think, is to put some stone ceilings right here on this underside. Let's see, these are all squares. Yes, I should be able... Oh, that's right. The stone ceilings only want to attach to the tops of a stone wall. This is one of, like, the orders of operation that's kind of important. So we'll place that, and that, and then we will do the stone ceilings above that. And that should line up with this line. We've got to negotiate then the difference from triangles here to the squares there. How did I do it here? Let's just go look. Stone too high. Then we had this little bracket thing to make the walls look thick. Okay, we can do that. How many more walls did I think I run out. Let's grab some more from Mr. Birdie. Can I move still? Yep, just barely. So here's kind of like the tricky thing. Let's see what a normal ramp looks like. If I put it there, does it line up with... Oh, it does. Woohoo. Okay, so that's actually going to look okay then. All right, guys, there you go. A little bit of work on the base, a little bit of on-camera and mostly off-camera building, but on-camera talking about the building. Anyway, next time we'll try to do some more like animal taming, that kind of stuff. After we have one or two more levels done, we'll probably be disassembling our dinosaur garage over there because we won't need it. It's going to be a little while probably before we get rid of this guy. But the detail work at least started. The shape of this level is on the way. Nothing is finished. We'll be continuing to tinker with it. The developers are actually about to drop yet another patch. I think they're actually getting close to what they're going to call the release version for this game. It's been in early access for years, and it looks like it's going to be coming out of early access soon. Still a lot of work to do. This backside, for instance, looks fairly flat as we go up and we add more of these extensions to the floor plan. Hopefully that'll change, and if it doesn't, we'll go back and revisit that side of it. I think it is looking nice. It's going in a nice direction. Everybody's joining the arc, but they're about to get kicked off as soon as the developers update the game. This is going to be the end of this episode. Leave your comments, your feedback, your suggestions, your crazy schemes, and conspiracy theories in the comments section below, and I shall read them. I don't always answer every single comment, but I read them, basically all of them. And you can also watch out for the live streams when they happen as well at twitch.tv/myname. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of the episode. See you later. Bye-bye.